Hi, everybody. It is Monday night, July 14th, 2025. And you know what time it is.
Information on celebration.
Well, we're excited. We've been putting some packaging together to talk about a lot of cool stuff that's happening in the town that Disney built. We are located in the Near Disney YouTube studio. If you haven't subscribed and liked yet, please do so. Some of you might be watching on Facebook or Instagram or podcasts. So thank you to all those people that are listening from the podcast. We actually have a town that people bought land from Disney, and Disney created a really spectacular hub with excellent restaurants and bars and coffee shops and ice cream parlors and all kinds of good stuff. And so my family, we are founding residents of this town, and we love it. And we're getting ready to celebrate 30 years next year here. So the first residents moved in at the end of 1996. And before you know it, 30 years passes by. But tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some upcoming things that are happening. And I want to tell you about a viral video that has come out of this town that is just so super cute. And I want to introduce you to a famous person, or maybe it's not a person, but somebody that maybe you guys are going to hear more about. It's pretty spectacular when this type of attention comes to our town, and it's because of good works from people. But before we get to that, I wanted to share just a couple of things to make sure everybody's still in the know. You know what's going on, right? So I do understand that there's something new that you guys might want to be aware of. Let me see if I can get this up here for you. Yes. So I noticed this today, that there's something called Walk with a Doc Orlando. It's the second Monday of every month. So that would have meant it happened today. But I thought, since they're saying every month, wouldn't it be a good idea to make sure you're all aware of it? They are from 8:30 a.m. until 9:30 a.m. This group meets at 221 Celebration Boulevard. Now, for those of you that are familiar, when I talk about villages, 221 Celebration Boulevard would be in North Village. So there's a pavilion over there. And for those of you looking to possibly move here, what we have are villages. We have the main village, North Village, South Village, Island Village, Artisan Park, all these different locations. And so over 14,000 of us live here now. And North Village, they have a nice covered pavilion. And they also have a swimming pool over there. They have volleyball available to folks. There's a playground, really very nice. And so that is where people can join on the second Monday of every month. It's a doctor-led group, and they're doing a walk. And so it's kind of a cool, fun, safe place for people to go take a walk together, learn about your health, and meet new friends. It's free, and everybody is welcome. So Walk with a Doc. Pretty cool. Very good. So hopefully I'll remember to remind everybody in August when that's going on. But put it on your calendar, second Monday every month, 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And then, of course, I want to remind everybody, we still are able to enjoy our fabulous farmers market. You would think when it's so hot outside that these guys would put up a flag and say, hey, let's take a break. But that's not true. So from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. as of right now, downtown Celebration on Market Street and Front Street, you will see a lot of vendors that are there, and they're selling everything from fresh produce, and that's on Sundays, fresh produce, to some cool arts and crafts. I've been down there. Rod and I have bought things like guacamole. We've bought artwork. We're very blessed, and we have one of the best farmers markets. It's the same people that also run the farmers market for Winter Garden, and that one is on Saturday. And Dana's group may run Windermere. They might, I'm not sure, but Windermere has their farmers market on Friday. So if you're into farmers markets, go to Windermere on Friday, go to Winter Garden on Saturday, and then come to Celebration on Sunday. Sound good? All right, let me know where you're watching from so I know if there's any particular type of questions you might want to ask me, or if you want to share some good information. Would love to report that with everybody here. I do want to give everybody a heads up. There's something cool that's coming to Celebration that I'm a part of with Dee Bellavati. We've been writing a lot of music lately. You know, we're also singers and songwriters, and there is a song that's been written and it's been produced already, and Cadence Spears is the singer. If you haven't met her, she's super great. And she is 16, 17 years old, but it's called Come to Celebration. And you'll see that we've got a video that's coming up with it. You can notice, if anybody can see this yet, you can see how cool this artwork is. Rod's been working on it. You know, my husband's a really great photographer, and so he's taken some of his photos and has recreated it. So there is a lyric video that goes with the song. And I'm going to be sharing how you can find those songs fairly soon. We're also going to be talking about, some of you might be interested in having us write a song for a loved one or for a wedding or a birthday. And we might be doing that as well, because it's something we love to do on the side. Yeah? Okay. Well, without further ado, I do want to share. Let's see if we can share the screen to tell you what has happened that has got everybody a little bit of a buzz, because we have, let's see, stop screen. Here we go. Let's try that again. We have a celebrity in our midst, and I want to show you what's going on here. Okay. So if you haven't had the opportunity to know about Bark Bus Florida, that's B-A-R-K Bus, B-U-S-F-L, Florida. I'm actually going to show you a video right after this that Amy Brevard, who owns Scoop Ice Cream, she is known as Snow White on our Dream Team, and she did a video about the Bark Bus that just started. But there is a wonderful video Instagram that has hit, I want to say, over 8.4 million views. 8.4 million views. And this lovely dog, let me tell you about it. Teddy has now got his own YouTube channel, and Teddy's YouTube channel is called Dude It's Teddy Boy. And Dude is spelled D-O-O-D-I-T-S, Teddy, T-E-D-D-Y, boy. And I think he's got over 18,000 views himself. So look how sweet this is. Let me see if I can play it. I don't think you're going to be able to hear it. I was trying to download it, but at least you'll be able to see it. Here we go. So how cool is that? You can see the pure joy that Teddy is experiencing. And like I said, I want us to show this video that was just done so you can see what a special treat it is that the, Mr. John provides with the Bark Bus Florida, the Paul Academy group that puts this on. You could see that this dog was very happy about running into that bus, to get on that bus. And so without me talking more about it, I wanted to say thank you to Sarah Work, who allowed me to show that. She's the owner of Teddy. And I want to encourage you guys to check out Teddy's YouTube channel. And let's check out this video.
We are going on a special adventure today, so come on along. Let's go on the Bark Bus and let's have some fun and celebration. It's Amy Brevard, the owner of Scoop Celebration over in Island Village, and I have two very special guests with me today. So I have Scott and John, and they're here, and they're going to take us on a little adventure in a little while, so make sure you keep watching. We're going to learn about a dog's life in Celebration and about a really cool new thing you may have seen driving around in Celebration called the Bark Bus. So please tell us a little bit more about the Bark Bus, and how do you get a reservation for it? How does a dog get to ride on this really cool bus?
So yeah, the Bark Bus is something that we thought of a few years back, actually. The parent company, if you will, is Paw Academy Pet Care. You may have seen us around Celebration. Our staff, we do the dog walking and the pet sitting in Celebration as well. So if you're familiar with Paw Academy, you can also book the Bark Bus through the same avenues that you would for that. Well, we actually do provide our service on the Disney resorts as well, our regular dog walking service. We service Celebration only in terms of picking up the pups. Now, the way we do it is we pick up pups at the homes in Celebration. We also do a meetup at the Celebration Unleashed Dog Park parking lot. So if somebody from outside Celebration or at one of the resorts thinks they would like to get their pup involved, all they would need to do is meet us up at the dog park, and we could load the dog up there. We'd go off on our adventure.
I am a dog, and I get on your bus, and what are all the fun, cool things I get to do in Celebration in the day in the life of a really cool Bark Bus day?
If you're the dog, we get to pick you up at your house and then take you pretty much anywhere we want to go. We can rent out dog parks, which we've been having a lot of fun doing. Some include pools and stuff, so we're going to have dog pool parties to allow the dog to be social and in a pack. So far, we always like to end the day at Scoops because it's kind of their cool down treat. They love that, the little peanut butter and the little bones in there and just all the detail. They love that the same as us. We love just taking them for walks around Lakeside, just everywhere. Anywhere that you see dogs walking, we can go there. Everyone who loves to have a social dog, this is like the perfect environment. We thought about what would be the most fun things that they would want to do to interact and play with each other and stuff.
Some of the other walking trails that we've done and that we intend to do, so we have partnered with some of the state parks. So Lake Louisa, which is beautiful, it's up in Claremont, but they have all sorts of great places where we can take the pups. And then just down 192 actually, Shingle Creek, it's a regional state park, but they have some beautiful walking trails down there as well. So the way that the bus has been designed, the harnesses are set to fit dogs of any size. They're all safe, they can all fit safely. What we do is we kind of group them by size when they're on the bus, both when they're on the bus and then whether we're on a walking trail or at a dog park, they're supervised at all times. As far as how you get involved or how you would get your dog on the bus, so there's a lot of different ways you can get a hold of us. We do have a website called www.barkbusfl.com. We're on social at barkbusfl. You can always call us, 407-739-3889.
So let's be like dogs, and you know how excited they get when they want to go for a ride. Let's go get on the Bark Bus. Stay tuned. Now we are on the Bark Bus. What is Buddy looking forward to the most about his big trip today?
Well, I think he overheard that there would be a little bit of some ice cream that he would be eating. So just from that, I guess he's a little bit excited. Yeah, he likes to play often. We go out like behind our house and stuff and just throw the ball to him, and he just loves it.
Absolute blast riding around Celebration today in the Bark Bus. We hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you comment below your dog's name and if they've been here to Celebration and what they would do on the Bark Bus. Scott, thank you so much for having us today. You and John were absolutely amazing. We've learned so much. Is there anything else you want to tell our viewers other than your Disney Channel?
Thank you so much for having us and for riding along with us today. We're hoping it's evident that we've put a lot of passion into this. You know, we genuinely love what we do. We love the dogs here in Celebration, and we really, really wanted to bring something unique to the community. We would absolutely love to have your dog ride on with us. So get a hold of us and welcome aboard.
Thank you so much. And we'll have everybody's information linked down here below so you can have your furry friend visit on the Bark Bus. Thanks for watching the Near Disney Channel, and we'll see you in the next video.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
This really is truly a magical place to live. And now we know our furry friends are very well taken care of. How creative, how wonderful, setting us on the map as well. I think anytime a video that has 8.5 million viewers, it's going to put somebody on the map. I'm very proud to say that Adam the Woo is a client of mine and a friend. And I know that Adam speaks quite a bit about celebration. If you haven't watched him on YouTube, he has a channel called The Daily Woo, WOO. And he is very complimentary to celebration because of any place in the world that he could live. He picked celebration. And now the BART bus is putting us on the map, which is so incredibly cool. Thank you again to Amy Brevard, the owner of Scoop Ice Cream. How fun is it that you can take your dog to Scoop, and they have these really special, cool pup cups. I want to say peanut butter is a favorite of many. And where else can you get that type of thing as well, right? All right, very good. So as far as socializing, we know that the dogs can socialize. I did get a question this week from somebody that have moved to the community asking what are the other groups that they might want to get involved in. And so if you're on Facebook, I want you to go to Celebration Porch. There's different kind of porches, but Celebration Porch, that, and say something about Kim Hawk recommended me to go here, and then we'll get you accepted into that. I also want to promote Celebration Social. That is a social group, and they're lots of fun, a super wonderful way to meet people. So Celebration Social. And for women, there is the Celebration Women's Club. You definitely want to tap into that as well. They have a lot of great events. Actually, they're getting ready to do an event that has to do with chocolate. I don't want to give you too much information because obviously we're going to promote that big time. They do fundraisers for different organizations, and I'm involved with a fundraiser that has to do with wine in the spring. And I'm proud to say that we raised, I want to say $10,000 for a women's shelter. And that was a lot of good people coming together, especially the Celebration Wine Imperium that donated the wine, and all the lovely people with their houses that donated us being able to take people through their home. And so anyway, I'll be talking more about that in the spring because we're definitely going to do that again. All right. Any questions so far? Now you know how to socialize your dog. Do cats have an opportunity to socialize, or do they prefer not to? I'm not sure. Well, anyway, I had mentioned, Cadence is going to be singing the celebration song. She's got a beautiful voice. And Cadence and I attend Illuminate Church, which is just less than 10 minutes from celebration. And I will be one of the people leading worship this Sunday. So if you ever look for a church, Illuminate Church this Sunday, 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., it's 7899 Sinclair Road, which is very easy to get to. You come off of I-4 and you take 429, that first exit, which is right by Reunion. I know a lot of people from Reunion watch. That church is very open and love to see you there. So if you go that day and you don't know anyone, please look for me, and I would love to say hi and introduce you to some people. Okay? All right. So I want to, because the biggest thing we get requests for every week is everybody wants to know what's going on with the market. Because as you know, one of your biggest investments in your life will be buying a property, and you want to keep tabs with regard to, is it going up, is it going down, or whatever. And many of you, if you haven't read, there was an article saying that the Orlando area is some of the most secure real estate, and that there's more millionaires that are moving in to this area. And I can definitely say that is the case for Celebration. Because if you start looking at prices, I've been doing this since we've opened, and I can share with you, Celebration has not slowed down. The prices have continued to climb, and people don't want to leave once they move here. But I want to show you in black and white what I am seeing. We will do that so that, yes, here we go. Give me 1 second. Here we go. All right. So what I do is I will share with you every 7 days. And Dee, my YouTube producer, always asks me to blow up my face a little bit bigger so that you can see what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to show you is this is an MLS sheet as of 5 minutes ago, or actually 20 minutes ago when we started the show, that's telling you what's going on in the Celebration market. Now, there's only 94 properties for sale. That's very low. I will take the condo hotels out of the count because that's not normally what people are calling and asking for. They're asking typically for anything from a condo, single family home, to an estate. And so what I'm saying, there's 94 today. That's low, because if you've been watching, you know that I have said that in normal days, we would have 440 properties would be an average on MLS. And so for us to have this low, very low. And then what I do is I want to share with you the touch points for the last 7 days, because we're looking at last 7 days. So either Elijah Lewis or myself, every week, we're showing you what's going on every 7 days. It's easier to, digest the information that way. And you can start to see if there's any swings in the market. So what I'm seeing here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new listings that have come on in the last 7 days. There's been 19 touch points in the last 7 days. And then I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pendings. So in a way, it's like there's 2 more coming on than going off. And so you might think that's better for buyers, but still it's very, very competitive here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties have sold in the last 7 days, only 5. And so we'd like to highlight, and actually this week what I'm going to do is I want to highlight a couple of the solds or pendings, contracts. I wanted to thank, because they are our clients, and so Courtney and Nate, some of the Artisan Park condos have pended, and we put those under pending. And then, of course, what we do next with our clients is make sure that they get inspected, see if there's any issues there. If not, we move forward. If there are, we talk about asking for credits in order to fix things that might not be on a seller's disclosure. And we're working through that. So we're very blessed in that we are representing buyers and sellers, and we would love to work with you. If you ever have a need to buy or sell real estate in Central Florida, or actually anywhere in Florida, we can help you. But we are experts on that 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. And we've had this YouTube channel for well over 3 years now. If you haven't subscribed and liked, please do so. Near Disney YouTube channel. And I wanted to say a big shout out as well to one of the people that closed. So Marianne Gregoire bought a condo in the main village of Celebration. She worked with Cinderella on our team. That's Virginia Carlson. And so she is a new resident to town. So Marianne, thank you for working with us. Thank you for trusting us. That's what we do for our jobs. So please, once again, if there's ever anything me or my team can help you with, my number is 407-808-9845. We have a Wednesday night show where my Realtor Dream Team comes together at 7 p.m. and they talk about that 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. We have over 800 videos on our Near Disney YouTube channel that's going to help you, because you may live in Celebration, but you might want to know about musical events that are at Dr. Phillips, or you might want to know that there is a farmer's market in Winter Garden, or you might want to know how cool it is in Claremont, and maybe you want to do some blueberry picking at a farm that's up there. Well, we've got you covered. We know this area like the back of our hands, and we are so, so happy that you hung in for the show today. We hope that you get to see Teddy, the golden doodle, around town. Hopefully get to meet Buddy, who's the mascot. He is a golden retriever that was on the bus, and we wish the Bark Bus Florida great success, because obviously that's a huge point of differentiation for our town. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, on Friday, I will see you again. We're going to be doing a show on the top 10 things that people have asked us over the course of the last, 30 years, their preferences. And so what I wanted to do was share that information so that you know really what type of property has the best opportunity for resale. And we're putting a show together because that was a request. So we're going to talk about the top 10 things. And if you can get it, that's great. If not, we'll help you find it. All right. Speaking of which, I've got a little puppy that's right beside me that's sleeping. Otherwise, I'd have him on the bus. All right, Missy Elliott. All right, you guys. Well, enjoy your evening. Please share. And we hope you're going to be liking the music that's going to be coming out of our group soon, too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.